Hey guys, YouTube Bartender here. Okay, and in this video, this is something that I've just been thinking about for a little while now. In this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about something regarding the movie John Q. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of you have actually seen the movie John Q. I really am not sure how popular it really is. I don't really hear a lot of people really talking about this movie, but yeah, for those of you that don't know what the movie John Q is really about, I'll explain it to you guys. So the movie John Q, this movie came out in 2002. It stars Denzel Washington, and in this movie, what it's really about is Denzel Washington plays a father, and in the movie, his son ends up needing a heart transplant, or else he'll die. Yeah, but when he and his wife realize that uh their insurance really won't cover the transplant, they really end up really having to pay out of pocket, and they don't really are not able to afford it because of how expensive it is. Yeah. So then Denzel Washington, John Q is the name of Denzel Washington's character. John Quincy Archibald, or John Q as he's referred to in this movie. Yeah, yeah. And then when insurance won't cover it, and and they're about to send the son home, then John then just ends up holding hospital staff and patients captive in order to force the doctors to perform the transplant. Yeah. Yeah, and then throughout the movie, the doctors and everybody that's really being held captive, really do are really wanting to like help the son. Yeah, and then at the end when they say that the son needs a donor, then John then pretty much volunteers to transplant his heart by killing himself and then giving his son his heart. Yeah, but then then before he can actually kill himself, they then learn that there is actually a heart available from a woman that ended up dying in an accident that was shown in the opening of the movie. Yeah, so that heart ends up getting a um donated to the son, and then John's life is of course spared. Yeah, and then then the transplant ends up being successful, but then John ends up being taken into custody for his actions of like a kidnapping, and he ends up being put on trial for kidnapping, uh, attempted murder, and armed criminal action. Yeah, yeah, and then at the end of the movie, we do see him on trial, and it shows that he's acquitted of the armed criminal action and attempted murder charges, but he is found guilty of the kidnapping charge. Yeah, yeah, and then but what is kind of odd about the end of the movie is that the movie just ends after the guilty verdict, and we really don't know how much time John is actually sentenced to for the kidnapping charge. Yeah, it really is just strange that it doesn't show the kidnapping. Well, it doesn't really show what he's sentenced to, and I find that really odd. And that's really what I do want to talk about here. How much time was John actually sentenced to for this? Because I just find it really odd that the movie doesn't even actually show what he's sentenced to. After the guilty verdict is read, the judge that just says that the sentencing will be a week from then. Yeah, and then then we don't actually see what John is actually sentenced to. After the guilty verdict, we do overhear John's attorney talking to some of the friends and family, saying that she does reveal what he is actually facing. She does say that John won't be sentenced to any more than 3 to 5 years, but she'll try to get it down to 2. Yeah. So we do have a kind of have a clue given as to what he was actually sentenced to, but it's never actually revealed. Was it actually the was he actually just given 2 years, or was he given the full 5 years, or what? Yeah, it's just really weird. Yeah, yeah. I just find it really odd that the movie doesn't even like show what he is sentenced to. Yeah, I'll put like the ending of the movie John Q down in the description if you want to see it. Like it shows about like the last 12 minutes or so of the movie. Like you do like see like the son like being given the transplant after like they do discover that there is a heart available. Yeah, and then yeah, it shows like this ending. Like you see like the transplant given, and then yeah, then you like see like the guilty verdict being read. Yeah, and then you can just see for yourself, like in the ending of the movie down here, how like you just like hear the guilty verdict being read, but yeah, it doesn't show like what he's sentenced to. Like the last thing that you see is just him being taken away in a police car, but you don't actually yeah, it doesn't show what he's sentenced to. Yeah, so I find it like really odd that it does that. At like just yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you would think that like that would kind of like be an important thing for us to know like what was he sentenced to because yeah, given that like everything that like what he did and especially like because of like everybody in the movie really did like find what he did like very admirable and they did respect him for like really being determined to save his son and he was like they found it very like admirable that he was like willing to kill himself in order to save his son. So yeah, so yeah, so everything that they did, you would think that maybe like maybe like he would be given like the 2 years that his attorney did suggest, but yeah, yeah, but yeah, just really don't know like what he was sentenced to. Yeah, I mean, you would figure that it would like reveal the sentence, like we would like see what he was sentenced to and then yeah then it would like end when it would cut to the end of his sentence showing that like he is now living life with his son again given that his son's life was saved. So yeah, wouldn't you like think that that would be like a more orthodox ending? But yeah, it's just like really unorthodox to just see that he's found guilty and then yeah, that's it. We don't even like hear or learn any more about it. Yeah, I mean, you would think that like there would at least be a scene at the end of the movie showing that now, now that his son was healthy after given a new heart, that we would at least see something with like him like reacting with his son again. But all we do see like him reacting with or interacting with his son again, it's in court. Like you do see like the son like in court with watching the hearing and the proceedings of the trial. And then yeah, then after he is found guilty of the kidnapping charge, like John just tells his son to, that he's the man of the house and just to take care of him, and that like the family friends will be there for him, and it's not goodbye, it's just see you later. And then as he's driven off, the son says thank you. So yeah, that's really all we see. So I just find it like very just very odd that the movie just like ends like that. So it really just makes you like wonder like how much time was served. I guess like it's something where we can really just think about it and just like draw our own conclusion to how much time he was sentenced to. I mean, you would like to think that maybe like he did get sentenced to just 2 years as his attorney suggested, but yeah, there's no confirmation of that. So yeah, so I just find it like very odd that the movie really just like ends with a guilty verdict and not even like showing us the sentence or anything. So yeah, do you guys find it odd that like this movie just ends with the guilty verdict and not even revealing the sentence? Yeah, like you could just tell me what your thoughts are. Like, what are your thoughts on the movie John Q? And what do you think that he was actually sentenced to for kidnapping? Yeah, yeah. So like I said, the ending of this movie, like the last 12 minutes, will be down in the description if you want to watch it. And yeah, you can see for yourself if you haven't actually seen the movie before. All right. So yeah, so I just find it kind of odd that the movie really just like ends the way it does. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But before I go, like before I actually end this video, like I do want to give you guys like another update on my dad because if you watch my last two videos, like I've said that like my dad's been sick due to COVID for like basically 3 weeks now. Yeah, it's just like a few days short of being 3 weeks since he's been sick. So yeah. So if you haven't seen like my last two videos, I've talked about like how my dad has been sick due to COVID, and yeah, and I told you guys like in my last video when I was giving an update, I said that like he went back to the ER to be prescribed some medication for diabetes. Yeah, Yeah, and I told you guys that like I was awaiting like updates on like what he would on like what was going on with him now at the ER. Yeah, and he's been like keeping me and our family updated for the last few days. Yeah, and yeah, so the latest update that I have for you guys now is he is still in the hospital right now. When he did go to the hospital the night that day that I made my last video, yeah, he ended up like staying there, and yeah, and as they were examining him, like they did like discover that um that apparently like he has gotten pneumonia due to COVID. Like, yeah, there was like pneumonia in his lungs, which like we did kind of like have a feeling about him, and I had a feeling about because yeah, he was like very short of breath for like oh, like pretty much like since he came home after the last time he went to the hospital. Yeah, and so yeah, so he ended up like staying in the hospital, and the doctors also ended up discovering that apparently like because of COVID and because of pneumonia that there have been multiple blood clots in his lungs. So yeah, that so as a result of that, they've put him on blood thinners. Yeah, and it turned out that like because he was taking medicine, it was like causing some thrush in his mouth. So there have been has been like, some stuff like still going on with him as he's still been sick. Yeah, but just yesterday, he did give like all of us an update, and then and in his update yesterday, like he like I said that like he did get another test for COVID, and yeah, and then it showed that like his test had come back negative. So yeah, as of now, like he is now he doesn't have COVID anymore. But yeah, because of like everything that I just talked about, like we do know now that COVID did like hit him like pretty hard, and yeah, and so he's sick with like all this other stuff with like the blood clots in his lungs and everything else. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, but for the last a few days, like I have gone to the hospital to see him a couple of times, and he seems to be getting better. Like I just spoke with him a little bit ago, and he said that now, like because of medication that he's taken for his thrush, like his thrush is almost like all gone now. Like his mouth has gotten better. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, he showed me that just like his mouth and his tongue were just like getting really raw. So yeah, it was like pretty bad. But yeah, he just like told me a little bit ago that yeah, because of medication, his mouth is starting to like feel better, and yeah, the thrush is almost gone out of his mouth. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, he did like say that he does have like the blood clot in his lungs, and they are putting him on blood thinners now, and he has told me now that the doctors are going to be like keeping him on blood thinners for about 6 months. So yeah, so he'll be on blood thinners for like 6 months now. So as far as like what is happening with him now, like as I said, he is still at the hospital. Like he is also taking some physical therapy while he's there at the hospital, and the physical therapist has also said that they think that he should go to like a rehab facility when he gets discharged from the hospital. He's been like saying that like he may get discharged tomorrow. Like we don't know yet. Like he hasn't like told us exactly when he's going to be discharged. But yeah, they are like the physical therapist is like really recommending that he should go to a rehab facility for a little bit. Yeah, he thinks so, and yeah, and I do think so, and our pretty much our entire family just thinks so also. So yeah, he is likely going to be going to a rehab facility for a little while, as he continues to get better. So yeah, so I am just like really like just yeah, I'm just like assured that now that he no longer has COVID, this can like lead to him now to start to recover from like the problems with his lungs and everything. Because yeah, I have noticed that in that like whenever he has gotten up to walk, like he's been like very short of breath. So yeah, so I have like seen that like just like how much the damage that COVID really did do to his lungs. But yeah, hopefully like these blood thinners that he's going to be put on will work. Or can yeah, and it'll just like take some time for him to really like get better from all this. But yeah, the doctors say that there is a very good chance of him recovering from this. The doctors have said that it's a very small chance that like this stuff doesn't work because they've done it with a lot of other people and it has been very successful. So yeah, so I'm hopeful that these blood thinners will help him with the blood clot in his lungs. Yeah. Yeah. But as of right now, yeah, he is still at the hospital and he'll likely go to a rehab facility for a certain amount of time for a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully now that he no longer has COVID, he can get over all these other things that COVID did cause for him. So yeah. So I am just hopeful that that will happen now. Yeah, but only time will tell for how well he'll get in the head. Yeah, but I am hopeful that he'll be just fine now. All right. So yeah, so that's the latest update on my dad. Yeah, so I will continue to keep you guys updated as he continues to recover from all of these things that have been wrong with him due to COVID. Yeah, but yeah, the good part is that he is at least now over COVID. So yeah, so hopefully that is a promising sign that he'll get better and yeah, nothing else will happen. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so there's the latest update on my dad and yeah, and just yeah, and that's also what I have to say about just the ending of John Q, just how strange and odd it is to see it end the way it does. So yeah, so I'll have the ending of John Q down in the description if you want to see it. And yeah, and just tell me your thoughts on how you feel about the way the movie ends and if you think it's kind of odd that it ends the way it does as well. All right. So yeah, so that's what I have to say about this story. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say about John Q, and yeah, and I'll continue to keep you guys updated on my dad's condition as he continues to get better from his illness. All right. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy what I had to say about John Q. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.